My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. This right here is my dedicated theater room project that I'm working on. So, got a, like I said, I don't know what it was, but somebody had contacted me asking about, well, actually questioning our product and trying to state that gray screens are where the technology's at, and I'm explaining to them, no, you're sadly wrong. Also thinking that projection screens are gray when they're actually silver. So this is my dedicated theater room project I'm working on. Still working it out. Have a look around, see what we're doing in here. And I've explained this many times before, that gray screens do not work they don't work anywhere. They won't work inside, they don't work outside. We're going to be doing that demonstration today with the ultra short throw outside on the 39 Extreme Black Widow, just to show you outside. They don't work anywhere at all, period. This is an obsolete product. Again, I can't explain it enough. Go to any form site, you ask them what's the best screens for displaying, they're going to tell you it's going to be gunmetal or black. That's it. But people are bent on these things thinking that this is going to definitely work, and it's not. So we got a dedicated theater room set up in here. We don't have where some people will show you a family room. No, this is designed to be a dedicated theater room. So the surface we have here is a 38 acoustic screen right there we're using for the time being, until we build in the 35-inch black screen we're putting in. And we'll show you why this is going to be a bad idea for your theater room. And the sad thing about it is, I see this all the time. I go to different form sites. I'm in a couple of form sites for dedicated theater room setups. And I see the same thing every time when I go in there. They try to turn on the lights to try to show off their environments. They do like to show off the things that they buy. I got that popcorn machine over there and some decorations I'm going to be putting about it. I would like to show it off, but can't do both at the same time. That screen over there is going to wash out, and the other one's going to maintain its image. The projector we're using in this demonstration is a full 1080p 1920 by 12,000 5,000 lumen Chrissy projector. And as you can see, with the intro coming up, color's not coming up already. It's already washed out. I explained to you that the brighter the projector, the faster your screen is going to wash out. Oh yeah, it's going to be nice when we get this thing finished. I can't wait. But like I said, we got to put a few things on hold because we're working on contracts and some other stuff I'm working on. I also got customers I'm working with, you know what I mean? I got a couple of projects. I'm actually literally working on with customers on some few things they're building for some outdoor displays. So I'm telling going to put some things on hold. But we got time. We got plenty of things around the house to work on. Let's get going on this and see what we're going to bring up. Let's bring up something basic. Let's bring up some contrast. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
If you can't pull this up in here, you definitely got a problem at the end of the day. Oh, I forgot, we can use remote controls in here. That's the one thing I like about this room. I can use remote controls in here. I don't have to worry about triggering any of the lights we're going to install in here because they won't be affected by this. Now you're going to pick up. Now my ceiling is coated in screen paint. We're going to put them laser projectors in here to get that whole physical display like we had downstairs. That will not work if the ceiling is gray. So this entire room is coated in screen paint, except for the floor. But everything here is coated in screen paint. The color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Got to be more specific. See? Can't even pick up basic red. Basic red. My projector's not calibrated. So when somebody sits there and tells me that, well, you got to calibrate your projector, no, you got to calibrate your projector because the colors don't come up correctly. The screen can't read color. And I told you, the higher the lumens, people go out and get these high, massive lumen projectors thinking that's going to fix the problem. No, you're just hitting your screen with more light. You're washing it out even faster. Even worse with the lights out, which I can never understand how that one even works. I still can't figure out what works. I would think you'd have a better chance with the lights out, but no. Now the part you're seeing right over here, we got a window on this side, right over there. Look at that. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, for some are going to sit there and say, well, you know, no, you can't say that. Sorry. Can't go up there and take that black sheet of paper and say black screens do that because you haven't purchased paint directly from me. So no, I'm sorry. All your demonstrations are done. That's it. Finished. Anyone's up there going to sit there and say, oh, but black, no, you can't. Unless you order directly from me. Yeah, and the fact that they haven't ordered directly from me yet, and we're already going to the middle of this month, and still we haven't received any orders from these individuals. No, you can't use that, but we can use it against you because, like I said, canceled orders, number one, and number two, we've had your products down here. Lots of your products down here for testing. I can show you unboxing videos from day up to day, from sundown, directly with no problem. So you can't use that, well, black screens, you can't do that unless you buy directly from me and do that review correctly. But again, like I said, they won't buy. So, you know, it is what it is. And besides, I used to develop gray screen paint products. They don't develop black technology. I did both. See, don't pick up. This is going to be fantastic when you get this room finished out. And I can start popping onto these forum sites and saying, look, anyone that's got a gray screen, this is what you're picking up. That's how washed out your color comes up. This is what your blues look like. Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. That's why you're told to calibrate. That's why. In any demonstration, when you see one of these gray screens flying around, they're going to tell you, calibrate, 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 calibrate. Even with the gunmetals, I see the same thing. Calibrate, calibrate, calibrate. We don't calibrate. Our colors are coming up just fine. Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? Black technology is the best. Today, I'm just going to display where that gray screen will not show up. We're going to be outside on an ultra short throw projector. As I said before, that challenge still stands today. Remember what I said in the last video. For those of you convinced that these gray screen products work, we're going to be outside on ultra short throw. We advise the projector. Now, you got all week to do it because I'm pretty sure you don't have the projector we have. But you go to Amazon and you go to eBay, you can get that projector for under $200 and you do that demonstration because you won't have any perks. Those projectors don't have any special perks in them. They don't have any 2 million or 3 million to 1 contrast. They don't have any of that in there. They're basic old projectors. And you're going to take your screen outside. You're going to have no roofs, no walls, nothing protecting your screen, and you're going to display a 100% contrast level star field on your screen without any tannish or washing out to the surface. I'm going to go outside and I can actually display that with no problem and display a snowstorm if I want and pick it up at a 190-degree viewing angle, which you have limits. You can only do so much. So for those of you who've spent all this money for your dedicated theater room setups and you have a gray screen sitting there, that's why you're told to calibrate. That's why you're in these ambient lights. You gotta have your lights on a little bit, but you can't have them quite well lit. And like I said, I've seen some people who had some antique collecting posters and 35 millimeter reel-to-reel antique machines, all kinds of beautiful stuff in there, but turn the lights on. It's one or the other. Can't have the screen on the lights on at the same time. You got to choose which one because, there you go. And then they want that deep contrast. How are you going to watch Batman, all these movies that involve really dark contrast levels you can't even pick up? Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Told you. And there you go. Now, when we designed the LT gunmetal, were we advised to use that in a dedicated theater room? Oh, heck no. Use them outside? Oh, heck no. The only reason why we're designing that is because, again, some people still prefer this particular form of screen. So that's the only reason we're designing it. If it was up to me, I wouldn't go near another light gray screen if my light depends. I wouldn't touch one at all, period. We don't need them. We don't recommend them. But you have people who like them. So we make them for that purpose. To me, they have no use. My projector behind me, 3,000 to 1 contrast ratio, that's it. Oh, and if you notice, see how the screen, everything around it is black abyss? There's no light reflecting anywhere in the environment. That's what you want. Now, for those of you saying, okay, so what's that spot? I have to explain this twice because we have people who are coming here. I will actually say what it is, and they'll basically come and say, oh, why is it faded on that side? There's a window on that side. Background, goldfish, screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now watch, this is an acoustic screen. Acoustic screens are designed for light to travel through. We don't advise you putting windows next to them. But the new screen we're going to be putting here, which is going to be a 39 Extreme Black Widow, there's no light passing through that thing. And this screen is dark. A 39 in here? Have you any idea how black that screen looks? It's going to look like a black hole in the center. It's going to just absorb all that light and push that image out. Boom! That's what it's designed to do. That's why they can sit over there in the next room at 84 inches with window light directly on top of the screen and maintain while the other screens wash out on outdated projectors. And again, my projector for my theater room setup, $500. That's it. Now, the whole purpose of the goldfish is the fact that the background must remain black at all times, where the goldfish must be bright enough and vivid enough for you to be able to see it. That's the whole purpose of the goldfish. LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, we all know the theory behind OLED's demonstrations, but some people will have you point the direction toward the colors. Yes, the colors are very important, but the most important thing in an OLED demonstration is that black background. So when you put that on a TV, that black background is what pushes the image, the color, the contrast, all that pushes through. That background has to remain black at all times. It can never turn tan. Because if it did turn tan or gray and you had an OLED TV, I would advise you take it back and get your money. Isn't that interesting? that the gain on that screen, the 38 Black Widow, even when there's light pushing through, it doesn't even wash out. Did you notice that? See that? Doesn't even wash out, but when it hits the gray paint, it washes out. And the gray paint's not picking up a black background. So how are you gonna watch movies off a gray screen in your dedicated theater room? How does that even work? I mean, surely enough, because the contrast levels aren't coming up the way they're supposed to, that means you're going to have to dig deep into those pockets and go spend the money for a projector with a higher contrast capability. That's going to cost you some money. You know that, right? It's not going to come out cheap. They don't give out that contrast for free. So you're going to spend some money. I'm going to sit over here at my $500 projector at 2,000 to 1, I think 3,000 to 1, and do that. See if the technology is too dark. Ooh, what's the heck is this right here? Hadn't seen this one.
Expectations come with the territory, but raising expectations, that comes with determination. Because recognition isn't given. It's
See how the color washes out even in the commercials? That's pretty bad.
New vehicle quality.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you line?
Need.
Liberty. Are we married in mutual? Only pay for what you need.
See that color wash out in that commercial? Yeah. There you go. I told you. The higher you go up in your calibers with projectors and lumens, the faster that screen's going to wash out. My lights are off right now. Imagine if I turn the lights on, and this technology we developed is designed to thrive in fully lit environments. That screen's going to wash out even faster. You got 5,000 lumens making contact with that screen. Again, like I said, too much light for the screen. So if it's having a difficult time picking up in here, so much more it's going to have an even more difficult time being used in a commercial environment. They're going to be using projectors of 10,000 and 20,000 to 1. Yeah. 20,000 lumen projector, 50,000 lumen projector, are you kidding me? Yeah, that screen's going to wash out. AK, Nature, Desire.
Getting that from YouTube.
Goliathan. That's what that fish is called. If you don't know, it's a Goliathan. That's pretty bad. Watch this. Real ambient light projection technology is designed to do. I can sit here in a fully lit environment, pull up a 100% contrast level with a projector that only has a 3,000 to 1, 3 or 2,000 to 1 contrast. And again, the background must remain black at all times. I swear I'm about to get every last remote control in here backlit. Now, for anyone to sit there and argue that Network Grade 773 is not the same as their product, don't even bother making this statement. Don't even bother. Because, again, that product right there, between the category of 235, they got one called African Gray, they got another one called Silver, the Silver Mist, yeah, Silver Mist. They match a lot of gray screen paint products. If I took the time out to order gray screen paint products and put them against the Network Grade 773, it would not go well. I'll tell you that right now. They're going to do the exact same thing as that product. And the scary thing about the Network Grade 773 series, there's nothing in it. There's no glitter, no silver, nothing. It's just paint taken right off the shelf. That's something you do not want to match at the end of the day. Batman, Superman fight scene.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. You're not watching no Batman. It's not going to happen. Your color is going to, contrast is going to wash out. And mind you, lights are not even on. I can watch this movie with the lights on if I want. So when you're watching a lot of these products with these great screen paint products, you're definitely being bamboozled from the door. Again, like I said, that's why we put out the 1-year challenge. The 1-year challenge was designed to strip them away of the high-end projectors they're using in their demonstrations to make their products look like something that they're not. For those who are not familiar with the 1-year challenge, you would have to swap out your high-end projector for a basic 720p projector for approximately 1 year. Again, they can't do that. They need that 2 million to 1 desperately to get that contrast level to pull because the screen is going to have an issue. And even in the demonstrations I've seen, whether it be this person, that company, or this company, it's all the same thing. Either they have a calibrated projector, ambient controlled environment to control how much light's going to infect the screen, or bottom line is a screen that they're trying to display in a fully lit environment clearly washes out. It's pretty bad. Let's put our lights on. See how bad it gets for you. That's pretty bad. So you see my theory when I said that you have to be in the dark. Now this is a dedicated theater room. Of course you're going to be in the dark, but what about the rest of your house? You're going to turn the entire house into a dedicated theater room? That's what you're going to do? Well, some of you, by seeing your demonstrations and what I've seen in my research, you literally have a cave that you're actually living in. I'm pretty sure your environment doesn't look like that 24/7. So you probably only do that when it's time to watch that projection screen. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? So, should movie theater screens be black? Yeah, they should be. Because you know how much money they would save on the machinery to run those things? You know they have to get insane contrast levels for that kind of screen to begin with, because the black levels are going to drop dramatically because of how much lumens that are coming from the projector that's making contact with the screen is actually whitewashing the screen. How much money they could save with this kind of technology. When you consider the fact that if you have an inflatable screen or if you're outside watching a projection screen, you know, most people don't fire those screens up around 5, 6, and 7. They don't do that. Sometimes not even around 8. About 9 or 10, they may fire one up. So that way they can get the image to show up. And even at that time, the screen looks absolutely horrible. But the reason why people accept it because they consider that to be the normal. It's not supposed to be the normal. That screen's supposed to look like a TV when you go outside, especially for the caliber projector you're using at the end of the day. How in the world does the image come up looking so crappy when you have such a high-end projector, yet we're over here using these old, outdated machines and we can display a LG Goldfish or a Starfield demonstration or anything you want on a screen size of 250 inches at 25 feet back. That tells you right there's a problem with your screen at the end of the day. Yep. Pretty much sums it up. So, all right, gray screens, fantastic for a dedicated. No. So worst thing you can do is stick a gray screen in your environment. The worst thing you can do. Oh man, it's the worst thing. Look at that. Look how bad the color is. Look how horrible that looks. You spend all this money to set up a nice dedicated theater room in your home and this is your results? What's the point? You know how much time and money it takes to build one of these? This is a freaking project by itself. It's a lot of work. And then you finish it off with the centerpiece. The one thing that brings your theater room to life, you finish it off with that color screen. Okay, something to think about. Well, we're done here, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go. I got work to do. But every once in a while, I'll be popping on here showing you these demonstrations and why you need to upgrade your dedicated theater room to Black technology. As again, this is the centerpiece of your theater room. Without this, nothing in here is worth your time, is it? That's no good, and that's no good, and none of that's any good. And what's the point? Because again, your projector can only be as good as it can be, depending on the screen you display it off. And that's absolutely a shame. Well, gotta go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.